Welcome to the show. Today, let's get into all the major sporting stories from across the globe. My name is Jordan, and as usual, we have a packed show for you today. And coming up, the red side of Manchester is in full party mode. Is Mohamed Salah leaving Liverpool? Chelsea's woes have continued over the weekend. Some local stories on the way and results of fixtures over the weekend in the English Premier League and loads more. Stay there for more details in a bit. Welcome back. It's Complete Sports on Alive TV. I am Jordan. Let's kick things off with some local stories. Flying Eagles quarterfinals opponents at the Under-20 AFCON in Egypt have been revealed. Now, the seven-time continental champions will lock horns with the East Africans after they finish as Group B winners. Now, the Nigeria's Flying Eagles will face the Ugandan Under-20 national team in the quarterfinals of the CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations ongoing in Egypt. The seven-time continental champions will lock horns with the East Africans after they finish as Group B winners. Now, Nigeria's Flying Eagles would face the Ugandans and the Under-20 national team in the quarterfinals of the CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations currently ongoing in Egypt. And we wish the boys all the best. Hopefully they go out there and make the country proud. And our very own Victor Osimhen has gotten the highest rating away average in Napoli's win at Empoli. Now, the Victor Osimhen got the highest rating after helping title-chasing Napoli defeat Empoli 2-0 in Saturday's Serie A game. Now, Napoli picked up their 8th consecutive Serie A win, the 19th in their last 20 league games. And, of course, our boy Osimhen got Napoli's second goal by finding the net for the 8th consecutive Serie A game. And he also became the first player to do so since Cristiano Ronaldo in the 2019-2020 season. An absolutely massive feat. Now, the Super Eagles striker is on track to be the all-time record for most consecutive Serie A games with a goal, which is a record currently owned by Gabriel Batistuta, of course, the legend Fabio Quagliarella, and Cristiano Ronaldo at 11 goals. Now, Nigerians abroad are absolutely making us proud, putting the continent and the country, of course, on a global map. And Victor Osimhen has had such a fantastic season so far. He's been in the form of his life, and he continues to consolidate on that level of individual success, and he continues to be an integral part, of course, of Napoli's success this season. Congratulations to him, and we love to see him so high. Hopefully more wins under his belt, and we absolutely are sending him love and congrats. And that's it with some of the local stories. Up next, we've got fixtures over the weekend from the English Premier League. Some pretty shocking results, some exciting ones, and some pretty anticipated ones, or expected ones rather, all coming up next. Stay there. And welcome back. Let's get straight into results of fixtures over the weekend in the English Premier League. As we usually do, Everton and Aston Villa kick things off on Saturday. Everton yet again losing at home by 2-0. Aston Villa runaway victors on that particular game. Leeds 1, Southampton 0. Leicester City and Arsenal locked horns. Mikel Arteta's men continue to consolidate on that level of success, and they continue to stay at the summit of the English Premier League. 1-0, that game ended in favour of Arsenal. West Ham and Nottingham Forest played as well. It was a 4-0 hammering by the Hammers at home. Bournemouth, Manchester City played out a 4-1 result. Manchester City walking away with full 3 points on the road. An impressive display by Pep Guardiola's side. And Crystal Palace and Liverpool could not find the back of the net, played out a stalemate. And once again, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool fans are finding themselves on the receiving ends of that bad mood. And on Sunday, it was a bit of a derby game. Tottenham Hotspur welcomed Chelsea, and 2-0 that game ended in favour of Tottenham Hotspur. Continues to rob Chelsea off the wrong way, of course, and it continues to add to their woes. Tottenham running away 2-0 victors on that particular one, and they even more impressively did it in the absence of their manager. And that's it with the results over the weekend. When we come back, we get straight into the stories making waves in the foreign scene. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to Complete Sports. Let's straight places with the foreign scenes right now and check out some of the biggest happenings from over there. Manchester United have finally ended their trophy wait at Wembley. Man United defeated Everton over the weekend, much to Erik ten Hag's impressive season so far and much to the delight of Manchester United fans. Erik ten Hag's side won the Carabao Cup to end a 6-year trophy drought. And it's reported that the highlights were absolutely fantastic, and Newcastle at the Wembley as Erik ten Hag's team ended their 6-year trophy drought by beating the Magpies 2-0 on Sunday. Casemiro scored the opener for Erik ten Hag's side at Wembley, and they doubled their lead before the break via a Sven Botman own goal. It is their very first piece of silverware since they won the Europa League under Jose Mourinho in 2017, and it could be the first trophy of a potential quadruple as well, with United still in the FA Cup, Europa League, and still having an outside shot of winning the Premier League as well. Newcastle were bright in the early stages, but it was Manchester United who took control on the 33rd minute as Casemiro rose to head home from Luke Shaw's free kick. There was a VAR check, by the way, but the Brazilian was ruled to be narrowly onside. 6 minutes later, the lead was doubled as the man in form and the man of the moment, of course, Marcus Rashford, combined brilliantly with Wout Weghorst before driving into the box and seeing his shots deflect off of Botman before evading Loris Karius in the Newcastle goal. Eddie Howe threw on Alexander Isak at halftime to try and turn the tide, but Newcastle could not break down the stubborn and resilient red wall as Manchester United saw out the win. Complete party mood in the red side of Manchester. And it's a completely contrasting mood at the Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's woes have continued. They lost 2-0 at Tottenham to continue their wretched form under Graham Potter, and the Blues have won just one of their last 11 games in all competitions, scoring just 4 goals in that time. Chelsea now closer to bottom 3 than top 4 after first defeat to Spurs in 9 Premier League meetings, as the only club to hold a 100% record when facing Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League. Now, Sunday's trip to the North London for Chelsea felt like it represented a pivotal moment for Graham Potter. Help his team to maintain that impressive record at the home of their rivals, and the manager would go a long way to relieving the pressure upon his shoulders, not to mention winning over the fans who called for his departure after this dispiriting defeat at home to Southampton last weekend. But at the same time, it felt like a defeat coupled with another performance lacking intensity, of course, lacking aggression, and most importantly, goals would ratchet up the noise surrounding Potter's position to unbearable levels. Now, unfortunately for the former Brighton boss, the latter scenario is what played out as Tottenham, with Spurs comfortably seen off the feeble challenge posed by Chelsea as they triumphed 2-0 to end a run of 8 matches spanning nearly 5 years without a Premier League win over the Blues. It is hard to see where Chelsea turned from here. However, the message coming from Stamford Bridge after the loss to Southampton was that Potter still have the support of Todd Boehly and the rest of Chelsea owners, but the faith will be pushed to the limit, I tell you, in the wake of yet another hugely disappointing display. And once again, Chelsea fans have found themselves on the receiving end of yet another depressing result. Hopefully, they say things get better soon. And fans are saying no need for Neymar, as Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe are better as a duo. That's the rumors in the streets right now. PSG winners and losers as Ligue 1 leaders see off Marseille in impressive style. Now, Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi were among the goals as Paris Saint-Germain turned in a counter-attacking clinic to beat Marseille. Now, PSG spent most of Sunday proving that it helps to have 2 of the best players in the world. Now, the Parisians weren't always good, but they relied on their stars who took over in the big moments to inspire a 3-0 victory that takes them 8 points clear at the top of the Ligue 1 standings. Now, after being pinned back for the first 20 minutes, PSG exploded. Mbappe was first, darting behind the Marseille backline, latching onto Messi's pass and finding the bottom corner. Messi followed shortly after this time, turning home a cross from Mbappe to give the Ligue 1 leaders a 2-0 lead. Now, the 35-year-old simple finish was his 700th goal at club level, and he is now just 1 goal away from matching Cristiano Ronaldo's all-time European record. That's absolutely massive. Now, the duo hit on the break again shortly after halftime. Messi provided the pass with a lovely curled chip into into the path of Mbappe. The forward buried it with a plumb, guiding the ball into the far corner with an outside of the foot volley for his 200th goal in the PSG shirt, level with Edinson Cavani as the club's all-time record scorer. And over to another man who has been having the form of his life, currently influencing players both young and old across Europe and across the globe, of course. His name is Marcus Rashford, and apparently he did score in the Carabao Cup final. Now, Manchester United have confirmed that the forward has been credited with the strike following on-goal confusion. Now, Marcus Rashford is a cup final goal scorer after all, with Manchester United revealing that he has been credited with their second goal against Newcastle. Now, United have now announced that the goal will be credited to Rashford, with a statement on the club's official website reading, Manchester United can confirm Marcus Rashford has been officially credited with the second goal in the Carabao final win over Newcastle United. Now, the homegrown forward latched on to a pass by Wout Weghorst and fired the goal words soon after Casemiro had headed the Reds in front. Rashford now has 25 goals for Manchester United across all competitions this season, which represents a personal best return for him, and he ended a successful Carabao Cup campaign with 6 strikes recorded after finding the target in every round he competed in. And over to Barcelona, Robert Lewandowski will miss perhaps Barcelona's most essential game of the season. He's set to miss the El Clasico. Barcelona have confirmed that his hamstring injury with their striker is set to be sidelined for 2 weeks now. Lewandowski has been ruled out of the El Clasico. He suffered a hamstring injury against Almeria on Sunday. Now, Barcelona have confirmed the player's injury in a statement which read, first team player Robert Lewandowski has left a hamstring strain. He's out and his recovery will determine his availability. Now, he's set to miss Barca's Copa del Rey semi-finals first leg against Real Madrid on Thursday. And Lewandowski's injuries news comes as a huge blow for the Blaugrana ahead of the all-important clash. Now, the Poland international is currently Barcelona's top scorer this season with 25 goals in 31 matches. Other than Lewandowski, Xavi will also miss star players Pedri and Ousmane Dembele, who have been ruled out of action until mid-March. And over to Anfield now. Mohamed Salah for sale or not? Liverpool's star agent has come out to refute claims and speculations as well as rumors that he could be making a summer exit. Now, he has rubbished summer exit talks. Mohamed Salah's representative Rami Abbas has rubbished speculation suggesting that Liverpool may look to sell the forward this summer. Now, the Reds have endured a testing 2022-2023 campaign and have found themselves playing catch-up in the Premier League top 4 race that may leave them without Champions League qualification. Now, reports in Spain have claimed that a lack of elite European football for next season could see Liverpool open themselves up to offers for their superstar Egypt international. And that's it with football. Let's take a breather, and when we come back, we'll check out what's going on in the world of sports outside of football, of course. Stay there. We'll get into those and more next. Welcome back to the show. Some boxing news now. Tommy Fury has overcame Jake Paul in a close 8th-round contest. Now, Fury wins a split decision, but Paul dropped him in the last round. Fury declared afterwards, for the past 2.5 years, this is all that's consumed my life. Tonight, I made my own legacy. I am Tommy Fury. Now, Fury prevailed in a close 8th-rounder as he beats Jake Paul on a split decision in Saudi Arabia. Fury boxed better overall, gouging the distance between them to land his jabs and catching Paul with right-hand counters. But Fury had to rise from a knockdown in the last round when he stepped fully onto a solid Paul left hand. Now, his progress through boxing, though, has been utterly unorthodox. He boxed another influencer, a basketball player, before beating a succession of MMA fighters, although that did not include aging great Anderson Silva. And some crickets now. Kane Williamson became New Zealand's highest run scorer in Test cricket as he top scored with 132 in their second innings at Basing Reserve. Now, Jack Leach took 5 to 157 as the Black Caps were all out for 483. England reached the close on 48 to 1, leading 210 for victories on day 5. Now, a historic day for Kane Williamson as well. He helped New Zealand set England 258 to win the second test at Wellington's Basing Reserve. Now, Ollie Robertson made the breakthrough for England in the 8th over of day 4 after New Zealand resumed on 202-3 with Henry Nicholls departing for 29 after edging the Seamer to Harry Brook in the slips soon after. Williamson had become his country's highest run scorer in Test cricket. However, a ball 54 from Dari Mitchell before falling to Stuart Broad just before lunch, and a century stand for the 6th wicket between the former captain, who kicked on from his record-breaking runs to make his 26th Test century, and Tom Blundell saw the Black Caps surge into a lead. And with that, we draw the curtains close on today's show. It was absolutely loaded up, of course, with some of the biggest stories in the sporting world. Had a great time. Tomorrow we return with more stories, hopefully more analysis, fixtures as well, and we would definitely bring and keep you posted with all the latest. My name is Jordan. Thank you so much for staying through Complete Sports. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one.